my fella's making $50,000 a year, this is going to piss you off, so just get ready. Now do the math with me. $50,000 before taxes is about $30,000 after taxes. After you pay your $1,500 rent, you're left with about $12,000 for the year. When you look at that $12,000 for the year and your car insurance costs you about $1,200 of it, and your electric and your gas, and let's not forget about groceries, right? You gotta eat. Now you're left with literally $1,000 a month even before you pay all your bills. Let's say you pay all your bills, you're left with about $400. That's if you get lucky and pay the bare minimum. You're on a payment plan. I know, I've been there, done that. Anyway, so you are left with $250 a week to court your woman or to pour in and invest in yourself. Now, if you save that $400 every month, if you save that $400 every month, at the end of the year, you'll have almost $5,000 to invest in yourself and be wise and create a passive and residual income. But instead, you'd rather go get some coochie and try to impress her with like McDonald's.
Yeah. I hear her, and there's a part of me that agrees with what she's talking about, the point that she's trying to make a part of it, and then there's another part that, you know, it's I think her, yeah, and I think her analytics are a little bit off, you know, with $50,000. Now, here's the thing, you know, about $50,000. I think that's starting to itch around in the being around in the middle class, and they say, you know, around that, people that are making $100,000 or more, you know, right now, I think either 40 or 50%, somewhere around in that number.
Yeah.
40, I think 40% of that number are living paycheck to paycheck.
Still living paycheck
and so,
to paycheck.
And I don't think that's because of the, well, you talking about inflation and everything and stuff like that, but I don't think that. I think it's because of decisions that they make as far as with money and finances and stuff like that. Now, what she's talking about is coming from a point of a guy making $50,000. It's not going to be good enough to actually be thinking about dating at that moment.
Yeah, it's you know.
So basically, she's saying that you got to up your income before you start dating. That's going to be, I'm going to say, false on that, because I wasn't making that amount of money when we started dating and when we, you know, got together.
Those were in the 99, 2000. I'm just saying, like, versus
Where you going?
Well, I'm just saying the time that we was dating and the time now. You know what I'm saying? Now, if back then, say at that particular time, you were, you know, making $50,000 or whatever, that would be, I mean, that was big, because you talking about when we was dating and talking, gas was what, like $1? You remember those gas prices? They was like $1, what, 90s? It was cheap. It was $1.97 a gallon versus now. And so my thoughts is like now, a young man, if he's just now making $50,000, I mean, if he's serious about his future, it's okay to have conversate, but as far as courting, it says courting your woman. I wouldn't advise. I mean, not now. I would say if he could, I agree with her. Take that little and invest it for a little while. Not to say that your eyes are not to say that keep your eyes open. Yes, keep your eyes open. You know, with finding or talk. You know, but it's for when you're talking about the old folks word courting. That means you a little serious, right? You pass the.
We're disagreeing a little bit on this.
I'm just saying
on little parts of it.
But I'm just saying you're past the collecting data when you're courting someone. When you're courting someone, that means you're trying to move to the next step. So I do agree with her in a sense that 50,000. Okay. I can maybe collect data, but as far as my mind going to the next level, let me take my remaining money and do invest in it. Invest and and see about where I'm going first.
I got you on that part, and you're on that tip of the investing and taking the money and investing in yourself instead of trying to flex. Yes, I agree with that. Instead of trying to flex and trying to go all out for this woman,
you can't.
I understand that right there. Now, don't be trying to do all that. But when we're talking about courting is not just about money.
Well, no.
It's not just about do you got enough money to go and take her wherever she wants to go and stuff like that. That's not the courting. That's not what we're talking about. Courting is like getting to know each other after you feel like that you want to move forward. After, like we was talking about.
Yeah.
We were saying first see if you would like to even
take it to
go
the next
even
level.
further. Now the courting is finding out more in detail about this person. So you don't have to have all this money to go out and do all this stuff all the time. And
well, no.
You don't have to do that. And so she's saying 50,000 isn't enough if he's doing what he needs to do.
Yeah.
With his money and stuff like that, which you need to be, you don't need to be living paycheck to paycheck. You need to make sure that you are saving. You need to make sure you are investing. You need to make sure that you keep an eagle eye on your finances and stuff like that. However, just to court somebody.
But you thinking? I mean, we see it in our era, but we talking about now. We talking about like in this era, women. I'm just saying.
Okay, how much money does it take to court a
It don't take. Okay, to be honest, it don't take.
Let's put a number to it now. Since we gonna put a number since we talking about we putting a number to it. How much does it take to court a woman? How much? Because right now, 50,000 ain't enough. What is it? Is it 150,000? Is it 200,000? Is it three? Is it $1 million? What is it?
No, she was just saying after the 50,000, after you have taken care of everything, you got maybe base pay, maybe like 200 and something.
That's gonna depend on where you are too now, where you're located.
Exactly.
Now, if you're living in California,
that ain't enough.
If you're living in LA,
it ain't enough. It's not
because of the cost
enough.
of living. So it
Even
depends
if
on where you are.
That's not enough.
That's why you can't blanket this.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You can't blanket this and say, because if you're making 50,000 in Mississippi, you can do some things.
Well, I'm just saying. But at the end, okay. But all I'm saying from where her standpoint is that,
there's a point where I agree.
Yeah.
There's a certain point where I agree. But she's saying like you trying to flex and trying to get with this young lady. You're trying to get with her.
You don't need to be
trying to
flexing
flex
at that
and stuff
time.
like that.
That's not the right time.
We agree.
Yeah.
On that, not flexing, taking the money, investing in yourself. We agree on that part. Now I cannot say that. Okay, just because you make $50,000. You can't court anybody.
Oh, no.
It's because you make this certain amount of money, now you can't go in court. That's what I'm saying. You can't make that statement like that. Because it's so many variables and so many things that you don't know about that's in there. So to say that is going to disqualify a lot of people. You have a lot of successful marriages. That the guy may have not been making that amount of money.
That's true. Absolutely, that's true.
And maybe he leveled up later in the relationship. Like, where does the woman even come in to play with this?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, even in the court, is it just all on the man?
No.
Is he the only one that's doing the courting?
No, it's the woman. It's both of them, really. It's both of them. I mean, it's together, but she was just saying as far as on the flexing part, you ain't got to. So just making $50,000 and courting your woman, and she's saying it's not good enough.
I would put a asterisk beside it, basically footnote somewhere.
Yeah.
Because put a footnote somewhere saying depending on where you are living, where you are staying.
And of course, and the reason why she did it because she knew she knew it was gonna be a conversation getter. So we're conversating about it. So
well, that's a part of it and stuff like that. It's just putting a number to whether you can court or not. I don't think that's not the issue. You're talking about. Here's the thing. No. Listen what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. That's for somebody that's just trying to get something out of the relationship.
Okay.
Somebody that's just trying to get something out of the relationship just like that and not give to the relationship will be thinking like, you got to make this certain amount of money to court me, to make sure that I get my nails done, to make sure you can take me out to wine and dine me anytime that I want to be wined and dined and all that stuff. But that's not just courting. That is not. Where is the getting to just to know you, hanging out? Let's just hanging out, having fun and stuff like that. And I can understand, money can come a part of that in the aspect of that.
Yeah,
as far as saying when you're going out, like you're saying, you want to go to the movies or you want to go out to eat now and stuff like that. It's that's fine, but to put a certain number on it just depends on where you are. Now, if your $50,000 has been ate up, we starting to agree on that part. If your $50,000 has been ate up and by you being irresponsible, or let's say that you're in a place where that's dirt poor, basically, which could be around in the LA area.
LA.
I wouldn't say that's dirt Texas, poor in LA, but just it's
LA, Texas. You got what is that?
They say Texas is pretty good. Well, I mean, it's Texas is not as high as LA though.
No, it's not, but it's one of the top. Even Atlanta.
Well, Atlanta is not even.
Well, or either let's say
Texas are. It depends on the parts where you're living.
Where you living.
Where you're residing at. Wherever you're residing at, that's what's going.
Okay.
That's what's going to make it whatever it is. However, what are your thoughts on it now? You heard my thoughts. My thoughts is it's just going to depend. Like a part of me agrees with certain aspects of it depending on the circumstances, but there are other factors that play into courting and to actually being with a person than it involves with money. I'm not saying money is not important. Money is very important when you're talking about getting into a relationship and when you're talking about moving forward, because money is going to be involved in the relationship whether you want to believe it or not. So I'm not saying we gonna jump on fellas, let's just jump on and be like, yeah, you wrong about that we shouldn't but worry about the money and stuff like that. No, because when it comes to having a family,
that's right,
getting into a house,
that's
and
right,
vehicle transportation,
that's
and all this stuff, it costs money to live.
That's right.
So that is an important factor. So I'm not saying that. However, there is more to a relationship than it is with just the financial part of it. And so on those things, you can kind of finagle your way, through it and stuff like that. But what's your thoughts on it? What do you think about it? Should a man make more than $50,000 before he even consider going into the courting part of a relationship?
Or do you think that she was wrong?
What are your thoughts? All right, you guys, we'd love to hear from you. And look, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Most importantly, hit the notification bell. Like the video too. And look, you guys, this is John and
Sure.
And we'll see you in the next video.